Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support lately. You know, we've got a couple extra 100 followers. The likes in the videos are going up every week, so genuinely thank you for kind of me and the team that are doing this. Much appreciated. This week we're just going to go through, you know, a lot of you ask what do I need to take to a comp, is there anything I'll need, kind of people just starting training, you know, what equipment do I need. So I'm just going to go through what I use and why. Obviously I'm sponsored by Strength Shop, so most of the stuff in my bag is Strength Shop. There is other brands available, but you know, I'm supported by them, I'm grateful to be with them, so like I said, most of the stuff in my bag will be Strength Shop. Right, so first of all, a couple of bands. So you'll get to a lot of comps and you'll maybe not have the best of stuff to warm up with, so it's always good to have maybe like a lighter band and a thicker band. You can get yourself kind of mobilised, not necessarily fully warmed up with a band, but at least you can kind of get yourself freed up, and then you can make use, you know, of whatever you've got around you to warm up. We've been to some comps, first event's been like a 450 yoke, you know, there's been no yoke to warm up with, so at least being kind of mobilised and stretched off, that's a massive help. Just while these are sitting here, I do everything pretty much in a pair of Nike Jordans. I do my moving, my squatting, my pressing. I always carry a pair of kind of rock climbing boots, so just in case you maybe go to a comp and the surface is a bit more slippy, like it's a truck pull, maybe even a moving event if the surface was just a little bit sleeker. So yeah, always give yourself options, you know, even if you like wearing, you know, chucks and you wear chucks for everything, take something else with you, because you never know, and you don't want to be the rookie that's not got the right footwear. So we'll go on to sleeves. So again, options, yeah. So on my knees, I wear standard Strength Shop 7mm neoprene. It's pretty much all I wear. It's all I've ever worn my knees. Again, I keep a couple of pairs. One pair's kind of a bit tacky, and one pair I keep kind of cleaner. Just makes sense, you know, if I'm doing stones and stuff, I don't want it getting, you know, my good sleeves full of tacky. So a couple of pairs of knee sleeves. Elbow sleeves, I actually wear I think these are the 7mm again. These are 7mm 2XL knee sleeves I actually wear on my arms, just because if your elbows fit into elbow sleeves, you're too small. So nice tight fit, obviously get somebody to pull them in, and yeah, again, it's just options. And then we keep some double ply and triple ply, again just their knee sleeves that I wear on my elbows, because likes of axle, I would need very minimal support on my elbow because I'm in a very tight position, whereas on log I can get away with a thicker sleeve because I'm more here. And in dumbbell, I can get away with an even thicker sleeve because it depends how much I need to bend that joint. So again, give yourself options. And I know starting out, I'm lucky I'm sponsored, I'm gifted these things, but if you're starting out, I would genuinely start out with a pair of 7mm neoprenes all over, you know, knees and elbows, and that will do you for 95% of things. Then maybe you've been competing a year, I would look to add maybe a double ply or a triple ply, you know, version of knees or elbows, just to give you, you know, options on things. And that's what it's all about. It's turning up as prepared as you can be with some basic options. Belt, I don't wear a leather belt anymore. That's me being maybe 8 months without a leather belt, so I just don't bother. I wear a Strength Shop underbelt, and over that I wear a Strength Shop Velcro belt. What this does is, this gives me enough support to brace my core into, but it also gives me side to side movement, which I feel like on deadlift, on squat, on yoke, my hips need to be free, my core's tight. You know, training your core is training your core. You need a tight core, can't avoid that. But I don't like how restricted a leather belt makes me feel. It has to be in just the right spot for me to be able to kind of brace comfortably. Whereas with this belt, being a bit softer, it's a bit more forgiving. So it just gives me that little bit of leeway. When I get to the bar, I'm not going, damn it, this is in the wrong position. You know, I can brace through it, I can make do, I can get a good lift in, and kind of less hassle. We'll just go on to some, again, wraps. So, again, options. On a standard bar, BTB made me these. I've got quite big hands, so standard wraps off the shelf never fitted. So BTB made me up a set of wraps for, figure eight, sorry, for a normal barbell. So we've got them. And if I'm doing axle, just slightly bigger ones, because obviously an axle bar being kind of 50mm or 60mm in some comps, it's just good to have a kind of thicker option. And then just a basic pair of, you know, wind up straps, string shot ones, again, nothing fancy. They don't need to be any particular make, any awesome material. If your wrap busts, it's going to bust. Keep them in good nick, put a bit of chalk on them, you know, you're good to go. A couple other basics just while we're in that pouch. Some talcum powder for the heavier deadlifts, and an old bottle of grip jizz. I mean, this is about 2 years old, it's nearly done. But, you know, I don't use it a lot, but I like to use it actually under my tacky, because it stops my skin sweating through onto my tacky, which stops my tacky getting all kind of greasy or rubbing off, especially when you're doing the kind of bigger arena tours. You know, it's a bit warmer backstage, so keeping your forearms kind of sweat free is a massive help. Wrist wraps, nothing special. I like these, again, string shot ones. I'm not sure what they're actually called. I think it's the Odin ones maybe. So they're a very soft, very stretchy wrist wrap. Again, it's not something I wear a lot. I've got quite big arms and quite thick wrists. I don't really tend to get a lot of wrist pain, but on some events, you know, it's not really about I'm in pain so I need these. It's kind of like preventative, so I will put them on for like maybe lightly for axle, maybe lightly for bench press, just as a kind of preventative measure. Next we've got the old deadlift suit. So I wear a single ply metal King Pro. You'll get these, I mean, these are probably the most readily available deadlift suits. There is really good suits out there, Inza, you know, there's so many, but with metal, they're based in Finland. You know, you go on their website, there's a sizing chart. So many people struggle with deadlift suits. You know, if you ever need a wee help, kind of looking at what size might be best, drop me a message. More than happy to help you. But metal suits, like I said, they'll come. I ordered this on a Friday. I had it on the Wednesday for my next session. Put 425 kilo on it, so it's here for the foreseeable future. Happy enough. Little dirty bag of tacky. Again, I would always recommend using a couple of types of tacky. So I always keep, like I've got a summer tacky here, which is quite thin, a wee bit thinner than usual. Again, with the warmer weather, we need kind of thicker tacky. This string shot summer tacky is, for kind of this time of year, 20 degrees, is perfect for all my training. But going to a competition, I'll use Pro Spider tacky. This is a wee bit more expensive. You wouldn't want to be using it every week in training, or you'd be spending, you know, £25 a week just to train stones. But on the day, having that kind of stringier, kind of more reliable tacky, a bit more consistent, you know, at a big comp, we're not there to make mistakes and blame tacky. I mean, that's the most pathetic excuse out there, was I chose the wrong tacky. For the sake of, I think a tub of tacky is what, £20? If you're going to go and do a comp, take 2 or 3 different options with you. You know, you're there to win, so options, options, options. Again, string shot, I think they're the Odin range. Basic knee wraps, it's not something I use a lot, but on heavier squats, yeah, why not wrap your knees, you know? We're not competing in the IPF, we're not competing in some weird federation where you have to have some certain knee sleeves. Even on a really heavy yoke, if you want to protect your knees, protect your knees. You only get joints once, you know, look after them. Knee wraps, definitely. And last but not least, I keep a little bag of basic things like mouthguard, because again, I feel when I'm biting down into something, I can brace better. As bizarre as it sounds, biting your teeth actually gives you a better full body brace. I don't know the science behind that. You know, if you go onto New Age's website, there's loads of videos, loads of top athletes using them, and when you try it, you will see it works. Again, I don't know the logic, but it is what it is. Tiger balm or, you know, deep heat, something like that, there's nothing worse than when you've got a little niggle and it's getting in your head. Get the tiger balm on it, and at least you've kind of treated it. I'm not saying it's physio, I'm not saying it's fixed, but when you get that warmth into the blood, you're going to get better blood flow, minimise injury. You know, if you have to pull out a comp because you've tore your bicep, you're going to have to pull out. There's no amount of deep heat or tiger balm going to help, but you know, it pays to be sensible. If you're warming up and things are just not feeling that sharp, cake this on, get some heat into the blood, into the area, the blood flow come better, and at least you've gave yourself kind of extra peace of mind. The most important thing in my bag, Nordic Botanics Fetal Rub. Literally cake my knees in this stuff before every session. I cake my elbows in this stuff. I mean, it's just a CBD balm. It smells nice. It actually stops your neoprenes stinking of sweat, by the way. Top tip. Like I said, I think it's got 100 milligram. Yeah, it's like a 1500 milligram of CBD per tub. So it's not like, it's not going to affect you, it's not going to relax you or get you out of the zone. It is literally just going to be good for your joints, keep them kind of, again, it's just about looking after your body. This sport's hard on your body. We're doing a lot of things. We're doing, you know, if you look at an Atlas stone, you're basically doing a deadlift, a squat, a front load, all in the one movement. We've got so many moving parts. A wee tub of this in your kit bag, you've looked after your joints, it makes sense. Then we'll go on to just some glucose tablets. So, not so much in weekday training, but in events and competition, I pop a glucose tablet pretty much in between every event. Fast acting glucose, keep you on your toes, you know, it's easy to digest, you don't need to worry about eating, you know, hundreds of Haribo and feeling like, oh. Literally, little tablet, chew it, swallow it, scoop of water, you're primed to go, you know. When you start looking more into things, your insulin sensitivity, all that will start to play a part, and see if you can spike your insulin a little bit just before training, you're going to get the best effect. And then lastly but not least, we have a pair of neoprene shorts. I wear these for pretty much everything. I wear them for squatting, I wear them for deadlifting, events, and again, it's just about maintenance. These are keeping the heat in my hamstrings and my hips. They're just giving me a little bit of support. Don't try and squeeze into a 2XL, you know, if you're a 5XL. You're not trying to get anything out of them. They're not squat briefs, they're not a deadlift suit. They're just a nice, I think they're like 5mm neoprene. Keep the heat in your body, keep the heat in the joints. You're going to minimise injuries. I'm so lucky, touch wood, you're the best. I've not had any major injuries, and it's just, I try and be as sensible as I can. You know, if something doesn't feel right when I warm up, I'll ask my coach, you know, why doesn't this feel right? I'll send them a video, they'll say, Andy, you know, this isn't firing, or this looks cold, you know, right, cool, let's fix that before we move on. And supportive equipment, like all this, genuinely plays such a big part in that. You know, you see so many people training without elbow sleeves. What's the point? Unless you're in a federation where you can't wear them, why wouldn't you wear them? I'm going to wear them in the competition, why wouldn't I wear them in training? It just makes so much sense. Beltless deadlifts, you know, people, oh, I'm working my core. Just train your core elsewhere. A beltless deadlift is not going to give you a bigger belted deadlift. Yes, it's going to help train your core, don't get me wrong, I don't wear my belt up to maybe 300, but it's not because I'm training my core. I know when I need to put my belt on. For me, 280, 300, the belt goes on, everything starts to intensify. And then of course, you've got the actual bag, you keep it in. My 2-year-old string shot bag. This has been with me to my first Giants Live. It's been with me to World's Strongest Man. It's tatty, it's grubby, but it's mine. So, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, any questions, feel free to message the Instagram, message the YouTube. This is all very basic, you know, there's lots more you could keep in your bag, but you know, it's a fine line between being prepared for war and being prepared. You know, this stuff keeps me happy, keeps me healthy, keeps me supported. Massive thanks to Strength Shot. I have been with them since just before I won my first Scotland's Strongest Man. And yeah, they've always looked after me. This equipment looks after me. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I know this was just a wee short video, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully it's answered a few questions, and we shall see you next time.
Up.